on UCF Sports Night. National Signing Day is in the books. We've got a look at the newest Gridiron Knights, and we break down the best recruiting class in school history. All that and more next on UCF Sports Night.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV.
Hey there, Knight fans. Welcome once again to UCF Sports Night. I'm Jeff Sharon. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We've got a huge show for you as we take a look at the newest Knights on the football team. National Signing Day was this past Wednesday. We've got a full recap of the Knights' new class of players. But first, we start with a look at the action from the week, and we start with men's basketball up in Greenville, North Carolina, for a big Conference USA matchup with the East Carolina Pirates. Conference play is winding down in basketball, so this was a pivotal game on the road for UCF, and the Knights responded. Thanks to Taylor Young, TY scores 16 points, adds 6 assists, and hit a trio of threes to lead the Knights. Big play here at the end of the first half. A.J. Tyler, the offensive rebound and the putback right before the buzzer, 2 of his 10 to go with 9 boards. And that gave UCF a 1-point lead at the half. Then the Knights went on a 10-0 run out of the break and didn't look back. Knights get the win at ECU, 67-56. Back at home, a big week for the women's basketball team began with a visit from the Marshall Thundering Herd. And the Knights put together maybe their best all-around first half of the season. Chelsea Wiley stepped it up in this game. She had 17 points to lead the team and hit 3 three-pointers of her own. Also, Danae Daniels was a presence inside with 10 points and 13 rebounds. And the Knights go on to the victory over Marshall, 56-47 in the dungeon. Men's tennis had its home opener against Troy scheduled on Friday, but the rain in Orlando forced the postponement of the match after the doubles matches. Stay tuned to Sports Night to find out if and when it's rescheduled. Meanwhile, their counterparts on the women's team picked up a huge victory at Jacksonville this week. The Knights won the doubles point and scored 3 straight set wins in singles to take the victory over the Dolphins. Back at home, women's hoops had another huge conference game against East Carolina at home. This time, it was Jelly Mealing who led the way with 14 points and 4 assists, including 3 three-pointers. Also, Chelsea Wiley and Marche White stepped it up with 13 points each. This thing was tied at 42 in the second half, but then the Knights closed out ECU with a 15-4 run and go on to get the win 60-49 as they gain momentum as we head down the stretch. The week wrapped up with men's tennis getting a full day of action in against Georgia Southern on Sunday. The Knights swept doubles with the ranked duo of Mark Rocafort and Blaze Schwartz scoring another win, 8-3 at the number 1 position. Singles was much of the same as the 5 Knights who won their matches did so in straight sets, led by senior Brock Sakey and Mark Rocafort once again. And UCF goes on to the easy 6-1 victory over Georgia Southern. And of course, for more news, scores, and information from every UCF sport, log on to UCFathletics.com, your online home for UCF sports. Coming up next, we take a look at National Signing Day, a big day for UCF as they welcome 23 new recruits. And we've got a full breakdown of the entire 2010 recruiting class for UCF football when UCF Sports Night returns. Knight fans, the 2010 baseball season is right around the corner. Season tickets are available now. More information at 407-UCF-1000 and at UCFathletics.com.
This is UCF.
time to armor up. UCF basketball is back.
Open for three. Got it, Isaac Sosa.
Be a part of all the big games at a small price with season tickets starting at just $79.
Ramsa floats it up. It rolls in. Ball game over.
Season tickets are on sale now. To reserve your seat today, call 407-UCF-1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com. Armor up.
Are you an active fan or an interactive fan? Just because you aren't screaming from your seat doesn't mean thousands of people can't hear you. These days, it's easier than ever to be heard. Conference USA encourages its fans to send the right message and be kind online.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. Well, this past Wednesday was National Signing Day here at UCF as George O'Leary and the football team welcomed in officially 23 new recruits. And we've got a full breakdown of each of the new players who will hit the gridiron for the Knights in 2010. And we start with a look at the offensive side of the ball. Jeffrey Godfrey.
He is an exceptional talent. You know, he's a tremendous athlete, you know, has great speed, quickness, and for a guy who's not a real big person right now, he has an extremely strong arm. He throws on the run, throws with his feet set, and Jeffrey has a lot of special skills.
Perry Michael John.
Perry actually is an early enrollee here at UCF with us. He's already working out with the team. Perry fills the position need for us in the future being the center position. Perry is a natural center. He's played center most of his high school career. Really excited about Perry getting up here. Great work ethic, great kid, smart, leader by example.
Blake Bortles.
You know, I think he's an outstanding prospect. We targeted Blake early on last year, coming off his junior year, but he's a big, rangy, you know, he's close to 6'5", he's 225 pounds, and is athletic. I think he's a real good recruit for us.
Jordan Akins.
Jordan Akins, tremendous athlete with great potential. Jordan is one of those dual sport athletes, just as, if not more so, as talented in the baseball arena. Jordan is a kid that definitely wants to play two sports, and he's not one of those that only wants to do it. He has more than the capability or the potential of being successful in both of them.
Jordan McCray. Justin McCray.
It really wouldn't be fair to talk about Jordan without talking about Justin as well, with them being twin brothers. You know, both of them great players. See them as being inside players. They played center and guard. Jordan has played center. Justin strictly guard and tackle, and they're wrestlers, and that's where I really got to like these guys a whole lot, was getting to know them through the recruiting season and watch them after football when they were wrestling. They're very aggressive, tough kids.
Joshua Reese.
I tell you, the UCF fans are going to be extremely excited about Josh. Very energetic, hyper kid, always has a great spirit, great smile. So that's what Joshua Reese, along with his supreme athleticism, that attitude, that moxie, that great spirit, that's what he's going to bring to the UCF football program.
Justin Tukes.
Justin Tukes, tight end. Well, we're very excited to have him. He's a kid that has worked very hard to get to the point he's at. Football player, some great strike, great athletic ability, and excited about his potential with his range and what he's going to bring to us at the tight end position.
Tony Jacobs.
This guy is the biggest, most best fit 300-pounder I've ever seen. I'd like to be throwing behind him. He's a future superhero in my eyes. This guy is unbelievable physique, great athlete, tremendous on the basketball court, and he's going to be a big benefit to next year's offensive line.
Zach Soto.
Zach Soto, down from Miami, Monsignor Pace, very smart kid. Going to be a pre-med major, two-sport athlete. You know, the ideal size with range to be a tackle at this level and possibly at the next level.
Torian Wilson.
for a long period of time, Torian Wilson was the #1 offensive lineman on our board. And then today to come up on the big board and it says Torian Wilson, what a tremendous get in a strong need area as far as the University of Central Florida.
There's a lot to be excited about regarding the new recruits on the offensive side of the ball. Stick around because coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, we've got to look at the defensive side of the ball. Don't go away. We're back in a moment. Knight fans, the softball team is getting ready to hit the diamond in 2010. Season tickets are available now. More information at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com. Time to armor up. UCF basketball is back.
Open for three. Got it, Isaac Sosa.
Be a part of all the big games at a small price with season tickets starting at just $79.
Ramsa floats it up. It rolls in. Ball game over.
Season tickets are on sale now. To reserve your seat today, call 407 UCF 1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com. Armor up. Hey, Knight fans, check out all the latest UCF action on UCF Sports Night. Join us as we recap all the highlights of the week from every UCF sport, plus all the features and interviews that take you inside the world of UCF athletics. If it's UCF sports, it's on UCF Sports Night. You can catch UCF Sports Night all season long on UCF TV and also on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. Check your local listings for details. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. We're taking a look at the 23 newest recruits for the UCF football team. We just got done taking a look at the offensive side of the ball. Now let's have a look at the newest defensive players for UCF. E.J. Dunston.
Yeah, really excited about E.J. from Edgewater High School. Great program over there with Coach Gerke. The thing about E.J. is he got here in January. So he's in the program right now, and I've been very impressed with EJ at just how mature he is. Very serious kid. I can see that he's going to be a very coachable kid and really enjoys football.
Jordan Ozaritis.
You know, Jordan was one of my favorite guys early in the recruiting, and you know, committed to us early. I think he's a special athlete. You know, in high school he never came off the field. Wide receiver. He's a corner. Could play safety. He's in the program right now, working with our football team, going to classes in the weight room, and a guy that we'll have out there in spring practice and be able to get a good look at.
Cornelius Whitehead.
He's a very impressive young man with a little over 6'1" and close to 190 pounds. Played receiver and defensive back. Very skilled football player. He was one of the earlier commits here at UCF, and we're tickled to have him. He's in school right now. He'll be involved in the conditioning program this winter and get involved in spring practice, so he'll get a jump on the 2010 season.
Andrew Rice.
Andrew Rice, Lake Mary High School defensive lineman. Really excited about Andrew. He's a great kid, comes from a good program up there with Coach Perry. You like those defensive linemen that are wrestlers because they've got good movement and they're tough and the hand strength. But Andrew Rice is going to be a really good football player for us. He was an early commitment, and we're really excited about having him.
Clayton Gethers.
Well, Clayton Gathers, again, we went to the same, actually, Coach Kelly and myself went to the same school to actually locate him. He comes from a strong family background, numerous Gathers. His cousin played for us last year, Jarvis Gathers, another tremendous athlete with tremendous size. We're very, very excited to have Clayton Gathers with this class this year.
Cody Ralston.
He's plays some tight end on offense in a spread offensive set, and we recruited him as a linebacker. He was a safety and an outside linebacker that was very athletic. He's starting guard on the basketball team. So he's a good football player in space. He can blitz off the edge and make plays, rushing the quarterback. He was good in his pass coverage. He came up and stopped the perimeter run game. So we're really excited to have him.
Davius Chestnut.
Davius Chestnut, a big-time athlete. He has tremendous speed. We were fortunate enough to get him out of Carvers Bay, South Carolina. Tremendous size is what we targeted when we came into this class this year, trying to find some guys with some size and some mobility back there in the secondary. He fits that mold, and we're excited to have him on board with us.
Jamar McClain.
Jamar McClain's a guy, Coach Kelly and myself went down to actually watch Jeff Godfrey play this year, and he's a guy that kept popping up on, for me as, being a secondary coach. He's a little bit undersized. He's more like a John L. Neal type. You can't teach what he has. He has tenacity, speed, and plays with a reckless abandon back there in the secondary.
Jose.
One of the great names around town. Jose's a big young man, 6'2", 350 pounds. He's got a lot of strength, a lot of power to him. He's taken Terrell Troop's spot, so it's a big spot to take over. But Jose's got really good ability, and we expect big things from Jose this year.
LeBrandon Richardson.
But here's a young man who I definitely feel like one day will be playing at that next level. His father played at the University of Missouri way back when, so he has those bloodlines. But LeBrandon, he's 225 right now. You figure he'll top out at 255, 260. Runs on the 100 and 200 meters for his track team at school, so that tells you about his speed and athleticism. Once again, falls in the lines of the type of kids that fit in the George O'Leary type mode, where it's character first, which I sternly believe in. LeBrandon is at the top of the scale in that regard.
Quentin Brown.
Quentin is a great young man with a lot of passion for football. Quentin can flat out run. He's one of the better players in the state of Georgia. We're excited to have him, and we expect big things from Quentin this year, coming in as a freshman.
Woodley Cadet.
Woodley Cadet, very, very humble kid. A kid that played basketball, and his head high school coach kind of discovered him his freshman year and got him out for the team as a sophomore. Kind of grew up within the football world, and has had a very strong senior season, and good form tackler. Likes to play, and the football is really still ahead of him. He's very, very young at the sport.
So that's your look at the Knights signing class of 2010. For more information, visit UCFathletics.com. Don't go away. Coming up next, we put a bow on things here on UCF Sports Night. We've got a look at our plays of the week and some news and notes. Don't go away. We're back in just a moment. Knight fans, season tickets for the 2010 football season are available now. More information at 407 UCF 1000 and at UCFathletics.com. It's time to armor up. UCF basketball is back.
Open for three. Got it, Isaac Sosa.
Be a part of all the big games at a small price, with season tickets starting at just $79.
Ramsa floats it up. It rolls in. Ball game over.
Season tickets are on sale now. To reserve your seat today, call 407 UCF 1000 or log on to UCFathletics.com. Armor up.
Johnson with a little Ricky Bobby shake and bake.
Hey, Knight fans, check out all the latest UCF action on UCF Sports Night. Join us as we recap all the highlights of the week from every UCF sport, plus all the features and interviews that take you inside the world of UCF athletics. If it's UCF sports, it's on UCF Sports Night. You can catch UCF Sports Night all season long on UCF TV and also on Bright House Sports Network and Sun Sports. Check your local listings for details.
This is my UCF.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to get to our plays of the week in just a moment, but first, let's have a look at some news and notes. The football team wasn't the only team welcoming a big recruiting class on National Signing Day. The women's soccer team also brought in 11 new players for the 2010 season. Head coach Amanda Cromwell brings in 3 players from Florida and 8 more from all over the country, and even one from England. One of the Floridians, April Asby, is the sister of former Knight Brooke Asby, who graduated in 2002. By position, UCF picked up 4 dedicated defenders, 1 midfielder, and 6 players who can play multiple positions. The Knights lose 6 seniors from last year's squad, which made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Time now for our Sports Night plays of the week. Here's play number 3.
Gets it out to Marcus. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Marcus tries to drive, pulls it back. Now drives on Darius Morrow with the body shot. Good boy, nice move by Marcus.
Here's a look at play number 2.
Chelsea Wiley effect has led to a bucket for UCF.
Knights come up with the steal, 6 seconds remaining, a 2-on-2. Here's Asia Patrick, bounce pass. It gets right back into her hands and she puts it up and in. As she beats the clock and the Knights go in to the locker rooms with a 10-point lead.
And finally, here's play number 1. And those are your Sports Night plays of the week. The spring heats up at UCF as we look at the week ahead. We start with men's basketball, heading down the stretch in conference play with a big conference game on the road at Memphis. Tip-off for that game is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can see it live on UCFathletics.com or hear it on 740 The Game. Friday, the softball team begins its 2010 season with a huge tournament out in Claremont at the NTC Elite Invitational. The Knights play 5 games in 3 days, 4 of them against top 25 competition, and it starts on day 1 with matchups against Oklahoma at 5 p.m. and UCLA at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, the Knights have a pair of SEC foes on the slate, Tennessee at 5 p.m. and Georgia at 7 p.m. once again. And UCF finishes the tournament Sunday at 1 p.m. against Tennessee Chattanooga. Also on Friday, women's basketball is on the road. They face UAB in Birmingham. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can see it on UCFathletics.com. Track and field has another indoor event on the road this weekend. They'll be in Fayetteville, Arkansas for the Tyson Invitational. That meet goes Friday and Saturday. Saturday is another busy day for UCF athletics, starting with women's tennis on the road in Tallahassee. They face Florida A&M at 11 a.m. The men's tennis team is also on the road. They take on their rivals from Stetson in DeLand. That match gets underway at 2 p.m. Back home on campus, men's basketball has another big home conference game. They face Tulane at the Dungeon at 4 p.m. You can catch the action live on UCFathletics.com or hear it on 740 The Game. Men's golf also begins the 2010 season. They play in the Gator Invitational up in Gainesville. That event goes Saturday and Sunday. On Sunday, women's basketball is on the road at Memphis. They face the Tigers at 3 p.m., and you can watch the action live on UCFathletics.com. And women's golf has their first tournament of the spring in Miami Lakes at the Qdoba Invitational. Action there takes place all day, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Also on Tuesday, men's basketball is back in action as they face the Houston Cougars in the Dungeon in a critical conference game. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and you can see it on UCFathletics.com or hear it on 740 The Game. On Mondays, join head coach Kirk Speraw and Mark Daniels for the Kirk Speraw Radio Show. Listen as they talk UCF basketball live from Smoky Bones in Waterford Lakes each Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. If you can't make it to Smoky Bones, you can hear the show live on the Knight's flagship station, 740 The Game, and also online at UCFathletics.com. Also on the air, make sure you tune in for UCF Sports Today with Kirk Speraw. Join Mark Daniels and the Knights head coach for plenty of insight, analysis, and in-depth features every Tuesday on UCF TV and also on Sun Sports and Bright House Sports Network. And don't forget, you can catch UCF Sports Night debuting every Tuesday on UCF TV and airing throughout the week. You can also catch the show on Sun Sports and Bright House Sports Network. Check your local listings for details. And for all the latest news, scores, and features from every UCF sport, log on to UCFathletics.com, your 24/7 online home for UCF sports. And of course, as always, if you want to catch this edition again or you want to see any of our archived editions of UCF Sports Night at any time, you can log on to UCF TV's website, which is at www.ucf.tv, or you can log on to UCFathletics.com. Well, that's going to do it for us for this week here on UCF Sports Night. We'll catch you again next week. For all of us here at UCF Athletics and UCF TV, I'm Jeff Sharon saying thanks for watching and go Knights!
Hey, this is LT from 101.1 WJRR. You're listening to the best sounds of area music. UCF Athletics, Access Magazine, and WJRR are proud to support local artists. You can find more great artists by going online at www.wjrr.com and also accessmag.com, and by listening to Native Noise each and every Sunday at 11 o'clock.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV.